cosine 6x dx po.
Okay, that's correct. And then, what is next?
Sa next step po, sir, kinuha ko yung differential ng 4x and 6x po.
Mm-hmm.
Then I put 1/4 and 1/6.
Yun lang ang nilagay mo?
Po.
Ano pa yung inintroduce mo bago 1/4?
Yung 4dx po and 6dx.
Okay.
So, it's 1/2 times 1/4 the integral of cosine 4x 4dx minus 1/6 the integral of cosine 6x 6dx.
Okay, that's correct.
Then,
And then,
integrate ko po sila, sir, one at a time. So, 1/2 times the quantity 1/4 sine 4x minus 1/6 sine 6x plus c po. Then, distribute ko na po yung 1/2.
so what's the final answer?
The final answer is 1/8 sine 4x minus 1/12 sine 6x plus c po.
Okay, that's correct. Okay, any questions sa first problem? Okay,
Wala naman po.
Janelle? My question?
Wala po, sir.
Okay, Janelle, number 2.
Okay, sir. Sir, nag-solve po ako sa paper. Ipakita ko po.
Oh, discuss, explain.
Okay po. Ay, nakikita po, sir. Ayan. So, the integral of cosine 2x times cosine 7x times dx. Sir, para po mabalance yung 2 inside the integral side, I introduce 1/2 po. Then, using the, using P2 po,
The second formula.
opo, naging cosine 9x plus cosine negative, sorry. May mali, sir. Wait lang. 5 pala to. Sir, it should be 5. Ayan, sir. Naging cosine negative 5x po.
Okay, that's correct.
Then, I integrate po individually. Then, I introduce 1 dito po, sir. Naging 1/9 sine 9x. Nilabas po. Then, and
Sine?
1/9 sine 9x po.
Ano yun? Answer na?
Hindi pa po, sir.
Cosine tayo, di ba?
Opo. Hindi po, sir, ang integral of cosine po is sine.
Okay.
Yes po.
Nag-introduce ka ng 9.
Opo, 1/9 po.
And then,
That's 1/9 po.
cosine 9x.
Yes. Ang integral po, integrate po ako sa dx.
Oh, tapos 1/9 lang yung 1/9 lang yung inintroduce mo. Anong differential ng 9x?
Ay, 1/9 po, sir. 1/9 po.
Pero bago ka mag-introduce ng 19, ano muna yung i-introduce mo? Kasi yung angle natin 9x, di ba?
Opo.
Tapos meron lang tayo dx. Di ba? Anong differential ng 9x?
Differential. Differential of 9x po, sir? 9
Oo.
po.
Derivative yun.
Ay, ano, 1. Ay, wait lang. Asa na yun? Ay,
Meron kasi akong hinahanap na hindi ko makita sa solution.
um, lang, ay, pause.
Di ba ini-integrate mo integral ng cosine 9x dx?
Opo, sir.
O paano mo i-integrate ang integral ng cosine 9x dx? Paano mo siya i-integrate? Di ba nag-introduce ka ng 19?
Yes, sir.
O pero bago ka mag-19, ano muna yung dapat mong i-introduce? What is the first thing that you should introduce bago yung 19?
9dx, sir.
Okay, 9dx. Yun ang hinihintay ko. Okay?
Ayaw po, sir.
Yun yung hindi ko makita dyan sa solution.
Shortcut, sir. Na-shortcut.
So, i-complete mo yun, integral of cosine 9x times 9dx. So, introduce mo yung 9, introduce mo din yung 19, di ba? Ibabalance
Yes.
mo na. Okay? So,
Yes,
kaya
sir.
ka nagkaroon ng 19 kasi nag-introduce ka ng 9, nilagyan mo dun sa tabi ng dx. So, 9dx na siya.
Yes, sir.
And then, dun sa kabila, yung second term, anong ginawa mo? Yung
Nilabas ko po yung negative side. Tapos, the,
you cannot do that.
po?
Okay? Cosine negative 5x, we cannot just pull out the negative sign kasi yung sign na yun, sa angle lang yun.
Oh, okay, sir.
Okay?
Okay, sir. No, sir. Wait lang po, sir.
Nakuha mo na? Okay, try to... Okay, ito yung solution. Okay? Nakita nyo ba?
Opo, sir.
Okay, ganito na yung unang ginawa mo, di ba? Ito, this one. Di ba? Meron ka niyan. Di ba nag-introduce tayo ng yung sa may dx kasi integral ay differential ng 9x is 9 dx, di ba? Dito naman, yung angle is -5. Tama? Yan. So, anong differential niya? -5 dx. Okay? So, nag-introduce tayo ng -5. So, nag-introduce tayo ng -1/5. Okay? Negative. Pero plus pa rin siya kasi para hindi kayo malito, ito kasi yung formula is plus. Okay? But then, -1/5 kasi reciprocal siya ng -5. Ayan, negative yung 1/5. Okay? And then, eto na siya. Di ba? Di ba integral ng cosine is sine? So ito, naging negative kasi nga plus ito negative. So the negative sign will always dominate over the positive. Okay? So yung negative sa 1/5, ito na siya. Okay? Kinuha na yung minus kaya nawala na yung plus. Okay? Napalitan na siya ng negative kasi nga may sign dito na minus, -1/5, no? So yung minus sign, yung negative sign doon, yun na yung ginamit dito. Okay? Kaya nawala na yung plus. But the angle still remains to be negative. Okay? But you need to recall that the sign of a negative angle, okay, ang sign ng negative angle, negative theta, is also equal to the negative of the sign of the positive angle. Okay? So ito yung nasa solution natin. Okay? Ita-transform natin siya ng ganito. Okay? So that's why you will see that the -5x naging positive na siya dito. Okay? And then, nag-reverse na yung sign. Ito, yung nakita nyo yung negative sign, naging positive na yung -5x, naging positive na siya dito. Okay? Because of this relationship. Yung dating -5x, naging positive na siya dito, but nagkaroon na dito. Ito na yung negative. Ito yun. No? Ito. Kuha nyo? Itong sign na to is this one. Kapalit nung negative angle, naging positive na siya. Okay? So this is negative times negative. Negative times negative is what? Is equal to what?
Positive, sir.
Okay, positive. Kaya ito na siya. Okay? Now, do not forget the 1/2, no? That 1/2 is always distributed to each of the terms. Okay? So 1 half times 1 half times 1/9, it becomes 1 over 18. And then 1 half times 1/5, so that is 1/10. Okay? And that is plus C. Do not forget this. So you need to recall this. O, yung isa naman is ganito. No? O, ito, tandaan nyo to. No? That the cosine of the negative angle is equal to the cosine of the positive angle. Okay? Kaya pag kinumpute ninyo yung cosine ng negative 30 at computin din ninyo yung cosine ng positive 30, parehas ang sagot niyan. Okay? Halimbawa, cosine ng negative 60 and then cosine ng positive 60, parehas yan. Okay? Dito naman, ang sine ng negative 30 ay equal to negative ng sine ng positive 30. Okay? So remember this because these are part of identities. This one, these two. Okay? Part ito ng identities. Kasi usually, sa trigonometry and calculus, seldom you will find na yung mga angles niya ay negative. Wala kayo or bihira kayong makaka-encounter na yung angle ay mayroong negative. Okay? Now, kung meron man, tina-transform nila yan into positive because of these relationships. Okay? Okay, so what's the final answer? 1 over 18 sine 9x plus 1/10 positive, no? Plus 1/10 sine 5x plus c. Okay? Okay, nans. Number 3.
Opo, sir. Number 3 po. Yung given po is the integral of sine closed quantity 4x minus 3 times cos closed quantity x plus 5 dx. So, yung ginamit ko po, sir, na formula is yung first,
Sine
yung
and
first,
cosine niya. Diba?
sine po, opo. So, tig-introduce ko po yung 1/2 integral at integral times 2 sine closed quantity 4x minus 3 cosine closed quantity x plus 5 dx. Then, yung next step po is na 1/2 pa din po. Tapos, integral sine, then closed quantity 5x plus 2 minus sine closed quantity 3x minus 8 dx.
Bakit ka nagkaroon ng minus?
Ay, times po pala, sir.
Hmm?
Ay, plus po pala, sir. Sorry po.
Yes, plus. Wala tayong minus,
Sorry,
ha?
sir. Opo, sorry, sir. So, yung next po, nakulangan na.
Oh, and then,
So, yung next po, 1/2, then integral of 1/5 sine 5, close quantity 5x plus 2, then nag-introduce po ako ng 5x dx.
walang x.
Plus,
Hindi 5x. Ano yung
ay 5 dx lang po, sir. Sorry
Yes,
po.
5dx lang, no? Walang x.
Opo, sorry po. Plus, 1/3 integral of sine close quantity 3x minus 8, 3 dx.
Okay.
Tapos yung next po is 1/2 pa din po. Then tig-multiply ko na po yung, ah, ay kuha ko na po yung derivative niya. So bale po, times 1/5 negative cosine close quantity 5x plus 2 plus 1/3 cosine close quantity 3x
Hmm?
minus 8
May kulang. One
ay yung
third.
5
Pagkatapos ng one third, ano?
1/3 minus cosine close quantity 3x
One,
minus 8
hindi minus. One third times what?
negative
Yes.
negative cosine po.
One
Sorry.
third times negative, hindi one third minus. Hindi iba yun eh, no? It's not
Sorry po.
minus, but one third times negative cosine of 3x minus 8. And
Yes
then,
po. Then yung final
simplify.
answer,
Simplify.
tig-simplify ko po. Then yung final answer po na nakuha ko is negative 1/10 cosine close quantity 5x plus 2 plus 1/6
Anong,
cosine 3x ay
sige,
plus
continue.
po 1/6 cosine close quantity 3x minus 8 plus 6
Okay, repeat. Ulitin yung final answer.
negative 1/10 cosine 5x plus 2 minus minus 1/6 cosine close quantity 3x minus 8 plus c.
Okay, that's correct. Minus 1/6. Okay?
Opo. Sorry.
Minus 1/6. Okay, any questions? May question? By the way, where are the others? Bakit kakaunti kayo? Hmm? Asan yung ibang block B?
Iba po, sir, mahina daw po yung data connection tas naisira po sa PLDT po.
Naisira saan?
Internet connection daw po, sir, sa PLDT po.
Okay. So, i-access nyo na lang, especially yung mga wala, yung may in-upload akong lecture no? Yung dinidiscuss natin ngayon. In-upload ko doon. So, sa block A meron, sa block B meron din. Okay? Yung 6 to 10, homework yon. Okay? Itong 1 to 5, dinidiscuss natin. Okay. John Ray,
Yes po, sir. Good afternoon po.
number 4.
So, number 4 po, ang given po natin is the indefinite integral of sine 1/2 x cosine 1/4 x dx. So,
X.
ang next step po natin is um, yung katulad po kanina po sa diniscuss is maglalagay po tayo ng 2 sa may before po nung sine 1/2 x cosine 1/4 x dx. So, ang ating pero po, ibabalance po natin siya by 1/2. So, ilalagay natin yung 1/2 behind po the integral sign. So, ang ating next step po is magiging 1/2 the integral of 2 sine 1/2 x cosine 1/4 x dx. So, next is magiging 1/2 the integral of open and close quantity sine 3/4 x plus sine 1/4 x dx.
Okay, next.
Next po is magiging 1/2 bracket po ba 'to, sir, or something po, again parang bracket
Oh,
po.
bracket.
Then opo. Then, 1/2 the open and close bracket of the integral of sine 3/4 x dx plus the integral of sine 1/4 x dx. Next po is magiging siyang 1/2 the open and close bracket of 4/3 the integral of sine 3/4 x times 3/4 dx. So, yung 4/3 po is yung um, yung parang reciprocal po para po ma-balance po yung equation kasi po yung yung differential po of 3/4 x is equal to 3/4 dx po. So yun po. Then next sa second term po plus 4 the integral of sine 1/4 x times 1/4 dx. So same lang po dun sa first term yung pagkuha po nung pag-balance po and yung pagkuha ng differential of 1/4 x po. So next po ang magiging equation po
And
natin
then,
is 1/2 open and close bracket 4/4 minus yung integral of sine po is
oh,
negative 4.
bakit minus?
Ay, di man po sir, sorry po. So 1/2 open bracket 4/3 times
Yes,
negative
times, no?
times
Times
negative
negative.
cosine 3/4 x plus 4 times negative cosine 1/4 x close bracket na po siya then plus c since nag-integrate na po tayo. Then ang magiging next po is 1/2 open and close bracket negative 4/3 since kanina po yung 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 sign po pag in-integrate natin is magiging negative cosine. So yung
Mm-mm.
pag multiply po natin yung negative cosine sa 4/3 so pwede naman po ilipat doon sa may 4 over
Okay.
3 yung negative po. So magiging negative 4/3 cosine 3/4 x minus si 4 cosine 1/4 x plus c. So, yung 1/2 po, hanggang dun lang po siya sa may second term po. Kasi po, yung C po, hindi na po siya i-multiply kasi constant na lang po siya. So,
Oh, what's the final answer?
ang final answer po is, i-distribute po natin yung 1/2 or i-multiply po dun po sa dalawang terms. So, ang final answer po is negative 2/3, 2/3, negative 2/3 cosine 3/4 x minus 2 cosine 1/4 x plus C.
Okay, that's correct. Okay. Oh, did you get the explanation?
Yes po, sir.
So you have to be very careful dito kasi we are integrating sine and we know na ang integral ng sine is negative cosine. So be very careful dito kasi merong negative yung cosine. Yung negative na yun, ilalabas ninyo at magiging sign nung mga constant. Okay? Kaya nga, naging negative na siya, naging negative 2/3 kasi yung negative na yun ay galing yun sa negative cosine, nilabas lang. Okay? Nilabas lang yung negative sign. Okay? But when you read and explain, it's not gaya kanina at naulit ni John Ray, sabi mo kanina is um,
Minus.
4/3 minus, hindi yon minus, ha?
Yes po, sir.
4/3 times negative. Okay?
Opo, sir. Sabi po.
Hindi yun negative. Ha? Hindi yun minus. So when you read that, it is 4/3 times negative cosine. Okay? Next, Ezekiel. Yes, number 5. Mm-hmm. O anong gagawin? Mm-hmm. And then, mm, times okay, that's correct. Kanina, yung answer na yan was raised by one of the students in Block A. Iba daw kasi yung nasa answer sa book. Okay? Yung answer daw kasi sa book is negative 1/8 sine 4x minus 1/4 sine 2x plus c. Okay? Now, yung final answer dyan kasi is tinuloy. No? Tinuloy sa evaluation ng difference, sine of the difference ng two angles. Okay? Kung baga, ganito yon. Ito, in-apply nila to. Okay? Okay, this one. Ito yung in-apply nila. No? Halimbawa, sine alpha minus beta is equal to sine alpha cosine beta minus uh, sine alpha ay minus cosine alpha sine beta. So in-apply itong sine of difference, no? Ito baga sine of angle minus another angle. So ito yung in-evaluate, 'di ba yung answer natin, meron na tayo, ito na bawa yung answer natin. Tinuloy pa nila hanggang dito. In-expand ito into this form. Okay? Kaya nawala yung mga pi tsaka yung 3 pi, nawala. Okay? Okay, so ganito na yon, no? So ganito yung naging answer. This is the solution. Okay? So makikita nyo dito sa baba, wala na yung pi tsaka 3 pi. Because in-expand natin yon by applying the difference between the two angles. So in-apply yung sine alpha minus beta. Okay? So dalawang beses yun i-apply. Una, in-apply dito sa sine 4x minus pi. So anong ginawa doon? Ginawa mo ng sine 4x times cosine pi minus cosine 4x times sine pi. Okay? So try to analyze the solution. And then, pagkatapos dito, in-apply naman yung formula dito sa pangalawa. Okay? So you need to have or go back to the cosine ng pi. Ano ang cosine ng pi? Cosine ng pi is negative 1, di ba? Kaya meron tayong negative 1 there, no? Kasi cosine ng pi is negative 1. Okay? Cosine sine ng pi, ito, no? Sine ng pi, that is 90 degrees. O ano ang sine ng, that is sine of 180 degrees. And 180 degrees, ang sine niya is 0. Okay, ito. 0. 0 times this one, automatic, 0 na yan lahat. Okay? Ayan, 0. Okay? So, ang matitira, ito na lang. Negative sine of 4x. Ito, no? Tapos, dito naman sa kabila, okay, sine of pi, is that sine of 3 pi. Okay? Sine ng 3 pi, ang 3 pi is equivalent to pi. Parang umikot siya, isang ikot 2 pi, then another 1/2 rotation is pi, 180 degrees. No? So sine ng 180 is 0. So automatically, 0 times any number or expression is equal to 0. Okay? At yung pi, cosine ng 3 pi is the same as cosine ng pi, which is negative 1. Okay? So negative 1 times this one is still negative. Okay? So that's why we have this final answer. So nakita nyo, wala na yung pi tsaka yung 3 pi. Okay? Because the answer was expanded in such a way that we apply the principle of sine of the difference between the two angles. Okay? Any questions? My question?
Wala naman po, sir.
Ano yun? Okay, kahit hindi na, you do not expand it anymore. Okay? Basta makita ko yung answer kanina, yung may pi pa. Okay? Kasi if you're going to expand that, kumbaga that is the second part, another solution yun eh. Okay? So kahit hindi na, kasi baka malito pa kayo, pero kung tutuusin, dapat hanggang doon talaga, no? Hanggang doon sa difference. Kumbaga, it's a two-step problem. Okay? So itutuloy ninyo, kaya lang it requires recall of trigonometric formulas and identities. And masyadong marami na yung mga formula na yon. Baka marami sa inyo na hindi na makakaalala mo. Okay, so I'm just explaining kung bakit sa mga kinumpare nyo yung answer sa book, sa likod ng book, bakit iba? Okay? So dahil in-expand pa nila by applying the difference between the two angles. Okay? Itong 6 to 10 homework, in-upload ko na to, including the lecture, i-access nyo na lang. Okay? Okay, this will be the next lesson, powers of sines and cosines. So previously, yung mga diniscuss natin is Um, lahat yun to the first power. Ngayon, we will be dealing with quadratic, second degree, cubic, okay? May mga exponent na yung sine and cosine. Okay? Ayan, yung may mga ganito na, no? Ito, sine x, cosine x dx. Okay? So, the angle here is the same. Ito yung pagkakaiba nila, no? Sa exponent sila nagkaiba and then sa function, but the angles are the same. Kita ninyo yung sine of v, cosine of v. Okay? So, the same angle but different exponents and then different function. Where v is a differentiable function of x, yung angle, no? M and n are real numbers, so yung exponent, okay? Ito, madali ito, di ba? Ito, you just apply yung ito. What is the differential of sine x? This one. How are you going to evaluate this? Substitution. Okay? Let u be equal to sine x. Then take the differential of both sides. So differential of u is du. Differential of sine, cosine x dx. So this is already exact. Okay? Kasi ito yung u, at itong cosine x dx, du. Okay? So this is now exact differential. So all you need to do is simply add 1 to the original exponent. Kaya naging sine squared x over 2 or 1/2 sine squared x plus c. Okay? Eto, how are you going to solve this? Bakit naging ganito? Yung
Let u, sir, be equal to cosine x.
yes, that's correct, no? Let u be equal to cosine x. So you are going to rearrange the terms, no? I-rearrange nyo. So magiging the indefinite integral of cosine cube x times sine x dx. Okay? And then let u be equal to cosine x. Take the differential. So differential of u is du. Differential of cosine is negative sine x dx. So meron lang tayong sine x dx. So lagyan natin ng negative. And then also negative sa likod ng integral sign. Okay? So exact differential na siya dahil nilagyan na natin ng negative. So all we need to do is increase the original exponent by 1. So negative 1/4 cosine to the 4th x plus c. Okay? O sinong hindi nakakuha nitong pangalawa, please call my attention. Sinong hindi naka-follow? Those who were unable to follow kung bakit naging ganito. Ha? Rearrange nyo muna to. No? Unahin nyo yung cosine cube x, then sine x sa pangalawa. And then let u be equal to cosine x. Then take the differential, both sides. O sinong nalilito? Whiteboard. Kita ba? Hmm? Ay, isa. Kita nyo ba?
Sir.
Kita nyo, hindi. Malabo. Okay, ano yung pakidictate ka sa akin yung given? Mali ang ano, no? Ito sa kabila. Okay, dito. Ano yung problem natin? Nakopya nyo? Sine ay integral of sine x, tama?
Yes po, sir. Cosine 3.
Cosine cube.
Apa.
Hindi nyo nakikita? Malabo?
Medyo malabo po, sir.
Okay, sulat ko na lang muna. Okay. Oh, ito. No? So you need to rearrange the terms. Okay? So you reverse the locations or the placements. So ilagay nyo sa unahan yung cosine cube x. Then, ang last is sine x dx. Wala namang problema dyan kasi multiplication. Parang 2 times 3 equals 3 times 2. Parang ganun lang ang ginawa dyan. Okay? Then after rearranging the terms, use substitution. So represent now, let u be equal to cosine x, and then take the differential of both sides. Differential of u is du. Differential of cosine is negative sine x dx. Do not forget that. Negative ang differential. Okay? So, wala tayong negative, positive yung sine x dx. So, lagyan natin ng negative. Okay? Lagyan natin ng negative kasi based dito kasi that it should be negative, no? So, since nag-introduce tayo ng negative or that is actually negative 1, so lagyan din natin ng negative sa integral sign. Okay? And then, using substitution, cosine cube is u cube. Okay? So that is u cube. Itong negative sine x dx, ito siya, du. That is du. Okay? So we now have negative of the integral of u cube du. So du is an exact differential of u. So all you need to do is increase the exponent by 1. So that is u to the fourth over 4 plus c. Negative, no? Negative u to the fourth over 4 plus c. Negative because, ito, binababa lang natin yung negative sign. Okay? So bring back the value of u. So that is cosine x. So cosine to the fourth x over 4, negative, no? Negative cosine to the fourth x over 4 plus c. Or, kung ayaw nyo ng may denominator, use negative 1/4. Okay? Negative 1/4 cosine to the fourth x plus c. Okay? Question? Okay, the third one, ito. Now, itong pangatlo is similar to the first. Tingnan ninyo. Sine times cosine. Ito naman, sine times cosine. Okay? So, anong nire-represent ninyong u? Let u be equal to what? Hmm?
Sine po. Sine x.
Sine po, sir. Sine
Okay,
x.
sine. Let u be equal to sine x. So, du cosine x dx, exact. Di ba? Exact differential, wala kayong i-introduce. So, kapag exact, diretso kayo add 1 sa original exponent. So, that is sine to the fifth x over 5 plus c. Or 1/5 sine to the fifth x plus c. What about this one?
Let u equal to cosine x po, sir.
Let u be equal to what?
Cosine x po, sir.
Cosine.
Yes, let u be equal to cosine x. Okay? And then, isolve nyo nga. Tingnan ko yung solution ninyo. Solve this kung talagang tama to. Nakalagay dito. Will you try that? Gusto kong makita. This is similar to what? Hmm? Number 2. Similar yata siya sa number 2. Okay? Only that, may radicals tayo. No? So you need to transform that into fractional exponent. Dapat talaga may ano tayo dito. Whiteboard. Kita iPad sa ginamit. Tumang ka na lang si Sol. Okay, nakuha niyo na yung solution?
Opo.
Sir.
Let's
Yes po,
try
sir.
Michael. Mike,
Hello po, sir.
hmm.
Hello po.
Sige, ano yung solution mo?
Um, i-rearrange po all, sir.
Yes. And then, so anong inuna mo?
Um, so magiging yung radical po, sir, magiging yung cosine, magiging cosine raised to 1/2 x times sine x po. And
dx.
let u equal to dx, and let u equal to cosine x po.
Aha.
Then mangyayari po, um, mangyayari na lang po is the integral of u raised to 1/2 dx po. Tapos yung integrate na po, sir. Ang sagot na po
Nag-represent,
is u, ano
di
po,
ba
sir?
nag-represent ka ng let u? Let u
Opo.
equals what?
Let u equals cosine x po.
And then, anong
Tapos
gagawin mo
du
doon
is
sa,
equal to
okay, du equals
du
what?
is equal to negative sine dx po.
Negative sine dx, may kulang.
Ay, negative sine x dx pala po.
Yes, negative sine x dx. No?
Dx.
And then,
Yes po.
what is next?
And then, and then po, ang iba kaya po, sir, pag nag-substitute po ako, ang ginagawa ko po, um, um, yung du po, gagawin ko pong dx is equal to 1 over negative 1 over sine x du po ang ginagawa ko. Tapos ipa-plug in ko po siya sa dun po sa equation. Kaya mangyayari po, makakancel po yung sine x po sa equation. 'Di ba ang kakalabasan na lang po ng equation, negative times the integral of u raised to 1/2 du po. Saka po ako, sir, mag-i-integrate.
Integrate, anong lumabas? Ano
Ang
yung
lalabas po
integrate?
is, ay ano po yung i-integrate? Yung u raised to 1/2 du po. Kaya is equal to negative 2 times u raised to 3/2 over 3 po. Plus
Paano
c.
naging,
Tapos yung substitute, Paano, ay, pa,
Paano nagkaroon ng negative 2/3? Bakit nagkaroon
ay,
ng
yung integration ko ng yung u raised to 3 halves po, yung 1 half plus 1 po. Ay, 1 half, 1 half plus 1 po. Di bale, magiging 1 half plus 2/2. Di bale, u raised to 3 halves over 3 halves po. Tapos, yung reciprocal, ay, yung i-divide po ng 3 halves, di bale, multiply lang po ng reciprocal. So, ang kakalabasan po is 2 2u raised to 3 halves over 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 3 po. Tapos times po nung negative sa labas kaya magiging negative 2u raised to 3 halves over 3 plus c po.
Oh, ibalik na yung u.
Tapos substitute na po yung u po na u is equal to cosine x. Kaya po ang sagot, ang final answer po, negative 2 cosine cosine raised to 3 halves x over 3 po plus c.
Okay, that is correct. Okay, any question?
Wala na ho, sir.
Okay, go over with the rest, no? Itong slide number 7. Okay. So ang ano nito is integral ng sine to the mv cosine to the nv. Okay? Ang m is add. Okay? So odd number yung m. So pag minusan mo, magiging even siya, no? Okay? So m is a positive odd and n is any number. So ito yung transformation niya. The identity, no? Galing sa identity, sine squared plus cosine squared is equal to 1. Okay? So pag-aralan nyo to, okay, up to the last, no? And then answer also exercise 10.2. So maraming cases to. So ito case 1 pa lang to. O case number 1, no? Kapag sine times cosine, tapos yung sa first, yung sa sine, yung exponent ni sine is positive add. Okay? Basta positive add yung m. Tapos yung n sa cosine, yung exponent ng cosine, any integer. No? Any integer. So, kapag ganun yung given, you are going to transform that into this. Okay? So, yung m, babawasan nyo ng isa. Halimbawa, sine to the 6, sine cube siya, sine cube kasi add. So, magiging sine squared siya dito. Tapos, yung isang sine na tinanggal, ilalagay nyo dun sa huli. Okay? Ilalagay nyo dito sa huli. Okay? Yung binawasan yung isang factor ng sine, ilagay nyo sa huli. And then, yung even na exponent ng sine, okay, i-express ninyo in terms of cosine. So, halimbawa, sine squared is equal to 1 minus cosine squared. Okay? So kapag transform nyo na yung sine squared o yung sine raised to the even in terms of cosine, then magiging isang expression na lang siya, no? Okay? So tingnan natin dito. Ayan, example. Ito yung sine cube, o ito yung add. Okay? So gawin natin tong sine squared, tapos yung isang sine niya nandun sa dulo, katabi ni dx. Okay? Sine squared times sine is sine cube. Okay? So tingnan nyo, ito sine cube naging sine squared. Nasaan napunta yung isang sine? Ayun, tinabi kay dx. Okay? And then, yung sine squared, i-express ninyo using identity in terms of cosine. Okay? So meron baga tayong identity na cosine squared plus sine squared is equal to 1. So solve for sine squared, that is 1 minus cosine squared times cosine squared times sine 4x dx. Okay? So, dinistribute ito. Okay? So, cosine squared 4x minus cosine to the fourth 4x times sine 4x dx. Okay? Any question dito? May question? May question dito sa portion na to. Yung sine squared is 1 minus
Wala naman
cosine squared.
po,
No?
sir.
Tapos ito, dinistribute ito dito. No? Ito, minultiply ito dito to each of the terms inside. So 1 times cosine squared, cosine squared. No? Negative cosine squared times cosine squared, negative cosine to the fourth, times sine 4x dx. Then let u be equal to cosine 4x. du is negative 4 sine 4x dx. Okay? So, may nawawalang negative 4 kasi nakalagay lang dito sine 4x. So, introduce negative 4 and then also introduce negative 1/4. Okay, ito. Okay? So, meron tayong negative 1/4 behind the integral sign because nag-introduce tayo ng negative 4. Okay? So, it is now balanced. So, all you need to do is simply add 1 to the exponent. So, cosine squared is cosine cube over 3. Ito, add 1 minus cosine to the fifth over 5. Okay? So, do not forget to multiply the negative 1/4 to each of these terms. So that becomes negative 112 cosine cube 4x. Negative 1/4 times negative becomes positive. Okay? So that is negative, uh, negative of negative is positive. Cosine to the fifth 4x over 20 plus c. Okay? Question? Case 1 pa lang yan, no? Okay, case number 2. Sa case number 2 naman, at yung n yung naging add. Okay? Ito naman yung naging add. Ito, no? So, baliktad na ngayon. Okay? So, minus na natin tong add para maging even, tapos nandito yung tinanggal na isang cosine. Okay? Ito naman ang gagamitin na identity, express ninyo yung cosine squared into 1 minus sine squared. Okay? Let's take an example. Okay? Ito yung n cube. Tanggalan natin ang isa, cosine squared, tapos ito yung isang cosine. Okay? So yung cosine cube, nire-write into cosine squared times cosine. And then, yung cosine squared, in-express in terms of sine, using identity. So sine squared times 1 minus sine squared times cosine x dx. Okay? So distribute. Okay, so sine squared x minus sine to the fourth x, close quantity times cosine x dx. So let u be equal to sine x. So du, derivative of sine, is positive cos. Okay? So we have sine x, sine squared x times cosine x dx. Exact differential, di ba? Because the differential of sine is cosine. Okay? So exact differential, increase the exponent by 1. So sine cube x over 3, or that is 1/3 sine cube x. Ito naman, exact differential siya. So increase the exponent by 1 minus sine to the 5th x over 5 plus c, or this is minus 1/5 sine to the 5th x plus c. Nakita niyo yung pagkakaiba ng case 2 sa case 1? Okay? Yung sa case 1, yung nauunang function yung minaminusan, yung exponent. Dito, sa case 2, yung sa pangalawang function, yung minaminusan ng 1. Nire-rearrange yung term in such a way that you can factor yung cosine cube is cosine squared times cosine. Okay? Then, yung naka-square na cosine, yun yung express nyo in terms of sine using identities. No? And then, magle-let na kayo ng u. Let u be equal to sine x. Okay? And then, du is equal to, the differential ng sine is what? Cosine, di ba? Okay, so this is exact differential. So all you need to do is increase the exponent by 1. Okay? Question? Try to analyze muna. Baka may question kayo. Okay, case number 3. Case number 2 pala to, no? Yung m niya is 0, kaya nawala na yung m is 0. Tingnan natin yung case number 2. Ito yung case number 2. Yung sine to the m is 0. 0 yung m. Okay? Kaya natira na lang cosine. Okay? So this example belongs to case number 2, where m is equal to 0 and n is equal to 5. Okay? So we have cosine to the fifth is being factored into cosine to the fourth times cosine. And then yung cosine to the fourth is cosine squared, closed quantity squared. Okay? And then yung cosine squared using identity is expressed in terms of sine. So that is 1 minus sine squared. Closed quantity squared cosine x dx. Expand this. This is a binomial expansion. Okay, expansion of binomial square. So square of the first terms. Okay. Then the middle term is twice the product of the terms and then square of the last. Okay. So let u be equal to sine x. Du is cosine x dx. Exact differential. No? So you multiply this, itong cosine x dx. Multiply every term. No? Multiply. Okay. So this is now cosine x dx minus 2 sine squared x cosine x dx plus sine to the fourth x cosine x dx. Okay, integral of cosine, sine x. Ito naman, exact differential, increase the exponent by 1. No? So that is minus 2 times sine cube over 3. Ito, exact, so increase the exponent by 1. Plus sine to the fifth x over 5 plus c. Okay, analyze and then if you have any questions. Any question? O anong question nyo rito? Case number 2 siya, no? Ito, dito siya, no? Okay, there is a note here that if m and n are both positive odd, then the given integration can be evaluated or treated as being case 1 or case 2. Okay, so using case 1, itong sagot. Using case 2, ito yung sagot. So in other words, both um, or the problem can be solved with both cases. So yung isa in terms of cosine yung answer, yung pangalawa in terms of sine. Okay? So gagawin nyo lang to kung parehas yung exponent ay parehas na positive add. Okay? Parehas add. So you can, it's up for you whether to apply case 1 or case 2. Okay? Kapag ganun yung sitwasyon na na-encounter ninyo, yung exponent ng sine tsaka cosine ay parehas add integer. Positive add. Okay? So you can have the option whether to make use of case 1 rule or case 2 rule. Any question? Ito yung example. No? So nakita nyo rito yung sine and cosine, both add. Parehas cube. Nakita nyo? Parehas naka-cube. So kung gagamitin nyo yung case 1, di ba yung case 1, what do you call that? Saan ba yung case 1? Ito, yung m, yung nauuna is add. Tapos ito, any number. Okay? So ito is gagawin ninyong sine squared times sine. Okay? So sine squared x, cosine cube x times sine x dx. Yung tinanggalin nyo dito sa cube na isang sine, itabi nyo dun kay dx. Using case 1. Okay? And then, yung gagamitin nyo rito is, itong even number na exponent, express nyo in terms of cosine squared using identity. Okay? So yung sine squared, express niyo in terms of 1 minus cosine squared times cosine cube x times sine dx. And then let u be equal to cosine x. Okay? So you're going to get this. Pagdating naman dito, using case 2, okay, sa case 2, ang gagawin nyo is m is any number and n is a positive add, no? So yung sa cosine ang gagalawin nyo, gagawin yung even, tapos yung isang cosine, itatabi nyo dun kay dx. Okay? Any question? I-apply nyo yung case 2, ito yung magiging sagot niya. So basically, magkaiba sila ng sagot. Pag case 1 ang ginamit nyo in terms of cosine ng answer. Pag case 2 ang in-apply ninyo in terms of sine. Okay? So palabasin nyo to ha. I-try nyo isolve. Ito naman na case 3 is m and n are both even. No? Parehas even yung exponent. Okay? Either both positive or one positive and one zero. Okay? So parehas even. And then ito yung gagamitin nyo, no? Express nyo yung sine squared into 1 minus cosine 2v all over 2. And then express cosine squared in terms of 1 plus cosine 2v all over 2. Okay? Example nito, no? Parehas even. Tingnan natin. Ibig sabihin is zero yung isa. Okay? So, i-apply nyo to. Ito, express 1 minus cosine of twice, naging 2 times na yung angle. Okay? 1 minus cosine of 2x all over 2 close quantity squared dx. Okay? Kasi naka-square siya. Ito yun, no? Ito. Okay? Expand this. So, nilabas mo na yung 1/2 squared kaya naging 1/4. So, nilabas na yon 1 minus 2 cosine 2x plus cosine squared 2x dx. So makita nyo rito, meron pang cosine squared in-express in terms of 1 plus cosine 4x all over 2 dx. And then distribute this. Before distribute, i-integrate muna, no? 1 at a time. Ito, lagyan ng dx. Ito, lagyan ng dx. Ito, dx. Okay? So, pag may mga constants, ilalabas nyo lang. So, this is the final answer. Integrate 1 at a time. Okay, answer exercise 10.2 also. No? In the next meeting, we're going to discuss the powers of tangents and secants. So, dalawang sasagutan nyo. Yung isa is yung pinapa-continue ko. Okay, answer 10.2 and yung 6 to 10 na yung pinakauna kanina, yung hinati ko. No? So, answer 6 to 10 dun sa una and then answer 10.2. I-apply nyo dito yung tatlong case. Case 1, case 2, case 3. Okay? In-upload ko na rin to pala dun sa Google Classroom ninyo. Ng Black B, tapos sa Black A, meron na sila. Okay, any questions?
Question po, sir.
Yes?
Sa 10.2, sir, bali tatlong cases po per number or
Ay,
pipili lang po kami kung anong case
kung
po
ano
yung
yung,
gagamitin?
kasi yung problem na magsasabi sa inyo kung anong case ang dapat sa kanya. Okay? Pero
Okay po,
may
sir.
problem doon na pwede nyong isolve, gaya nung pinakita ko ba kanina, na pwede nyong isolve by case 1. Ito, no? So kapag parehas add yung exponent ni sine tsaka ni cosine, pag parehas silang add, wala kayong even na exponent, ayun, dun kayo magdadalawang case. Okay? I-try ninyo yung case 1 or case 2. Kapag add, no? Tingnan natin dito. Ano ba yung may mga add dito? Number 14, tsaka 15.
Opo,
Okay?
sir.
Number 14 and 15, yan, dalawang case yan. You can try case 1 or case 2. Okay? Kasi parehas add, 3 tsaka 5, tapos 7 tsaka 3. Okay?
Noted, sir. Thank you po.
Okay, so next meeting, tangents naman tayo and secants. Okay? So maglalagay na lang ako ng submission doon sa classroom, no? Maglalagay na lang. Doon yung ilalagay. Ang deadline nito is, kailan ba meeting natin? Kailan ang next meeting?
Thursday po, sir.
Thursday. Ang konti kasi ng time natin. Okay. Monday. Okay, Monday ang deadline nito. Ilalagay ko na lang doon. So basahin nyo na rin itong remaining slides para pag discussion natin, alam nyo na. No? Itong slide 16 up to slide 24. Okay? Tangents and secants. Tapos cotangents and cosecants. Okay? Any questions? Okay, so if no questions, then we continue next meeting. Okay? Okay, goodbye class.
Goodbye, sir. Thank you po, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you po.
Okay.
Thank you po, sir.
Goodbye po, sir. Thank you po.
Okay. Paki-inform ng block B, block A ha, na answeran yung assignments.